came to party. It's obvious soon as we started. We going hard, you know about our shit. Flows retarded, so if you love to party, go ahead, grab somebody, jump up and down, bang and jump around. The sounds of OCD's just started.
Yo, let's tear the roof off this bitches. OCD, who's ready for the switches? Blatant. These boys ain't complacent. Shake the foundation, the seed in the basement. Part-time MCs, change your placement, it's obvious. Your efforts are wasting. Ask the question, who are you rating? Who blows up the party without the creating? OCD. Short for amazing, original ciphers, different directions, transient beings, cast no reflection. Still leave you sweating from heat in the session. Heads are spinning for facts that we mentioned. Cerebral lobe, lost with attention. How could it be? The power we manifest, lyrical advocates further the
double L, cerebrum, a sight for the topless. You know that's me, I'm the dude with the hot shit. OCD, saying never gonna stop this. Bang your heads like you're stuck up in a mosh pit. Rock kids, mix it and rap, make the crowd go wild. DJ, pull it back. Lock kids, locked in the flats, open up closed doors when they hear this track. Sun is shining, the weather is sweet. You're listening to the sound of OCD.
We just came to party. It's obvious soon as we started. We going hard, you know about our shit. Flows retarded, so if you love to party, go ahead, grab somebody, jump up and down, bang and jump around. The sounds of OCD's just start. We just came to party. It's obvious soon as we started. We going hard, you know about our shit. Flows retarded, so if you love to party, go ahead, grab somebody, jump up and down, bang and jump around. The sounds of OCD's just started.
We make the realest kind of beats, embracing it. OCD's in the game to win it. You've had 21 seconds, let me roll for a minute. Jump up, roll around and get with it. Maximum boost to all MCs that kill it. Yo, this is how we live it. Only gravity can hold me down, that's the law of physics. Time to raise your spirits, more energy than nuclear fission. Bang heads all side of the kingdom, badder than bad on every system. Every fashion and style that I'm bringing. Collect like minds, music's religion. Gain knowledge and build wisdom. OCD is the clip on a mission. Now listen.
The world is a wonderful place with lots of things to see and lots of things to touch and lots of things to smell and lots of things to taste. But there are some things that can make you sick, called poison.
Oh my, not a full-on danger alert, but there does appear to be an alarming increase in children mistaking medicine for candy.
Poison. 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 Poison dart. Straight to the heart, mate. Now a sound boy won't partake. It's not a game. In no arcade, I shoot like a cupid. I'm causing them heartache. Cry me a river like your last day. I was a sinner, but that's in the past, mate. We don't talk no more.
What's going on now? You never wanna parlay. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. No one mentioned, no one named. And I move on the track like a high-speed train that is never derailed by leaf nor rain. Relentless on a long campaign. Darts of fire with a pinpoint aim. My METHOD of delivery to bring you the pain. Poison darts straight to the heart, and this rhythm's gonna tear them apart. Oh, my beats has mastered the craft. Take it back from the end to the start. Poison darts straight to the heart. This rhythm's gonna tear them apart. No one escapes the force of the blast. And above so below, the first shall be last. Poison, 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 poison. Darts might tear through armored plates. Accelerator alarming race. And wipe a smile off a charming face. Then stop the war by disarm.
How do I put it? It was like, what do you care about them? What do you care about those people? What difference does it make to you? Take care of your own life. Do the best you can for you and your family. What do the rest of the people mean to you? They don't mean anything to you. They're just serfs. They're just people. You know, what's the end goal? The end goal is to get everybody chipped, to control the whole society. They want a one-world government controlled by them. Everybody has an RFID chip implanted in them. And if you're like me or you, and you're protesting what they're doing, they can just turn off your chip.
One, 2, 33, 6 million. It's Rise Above TV.
Rise above, generate, rise above, extinguish fear, rise above.
We've got a special guest this week. He's going to be joining us soon. But before
It's clearly racist.
before we invite Vinnie Eastwood onto the show, I'd like to say hello to my co-host here, Mr. Andy PG.
Word to you, Nan. What's going on, guys?
I'd also like to say a big shout out to everyone that's in the chat nice and early with our new look chat. Look, I can move it around the screen. Look how cool that is.
What? Wow.
Did you just switch the cameras over?
No.
It just did that on its own again. That's really weird.
It's the AI.
It's the AI.
Al Gore.
Al Gore is doing it. So, Andy PG, here we are again, once again on a Friday night. This is live. It's not recorded, guys. We're live and direct.
I booked Vinnie Eastwood last minute guest appearance.
Who have we got in the chat? Big shout to Soviet Union survivor Ian
It's
Collins.
currently 72 peasants tuning. Guys, share the stream.
Share this stream everywhere. We need to get to over 100 people tuned in.
Don't forget, ping it to your Nan. She'll be missing us over
This
the
is
next
Rise
couple
Above
of weeks.
TV, not the Caravan Club podcast. We actually have viewers.
Glitterati's in the chat there. Soviet Union survivor. Becky S., my beautiful Ramesh wife. Who else have we got in? Mr. Sister. Baz Nowhere, of course. Pamela Swan, our wonderful moderator.
Basically, if you are a refugee from Clan World, if you are a sentient meat suit operator, it's Friday night. You're in the right place. We're here at Rise Above TV. We're going to be slicing through the clan sludge. We are going to be laughing at the absurdity of the peasant verse. And we've also got a special guest, like we've already mentioned. Vinnie Eastwood will be joining us in about 15 minutes. So,
Don't forget, Peasantron, Michael.
yeah.
Flipping over.
We had a great night on Wednesday. A great night on Wednesday recording videos.
Four shows.
Was it 4?
We did 4. So
So what did we do? We did
your Masonic rapping.
I already released that today by accident.
Masonic
That's
rappers
straight on there.
Masonic rappers. We did an evening with the Chinese professor, and we did 2 Godfathers.
Yeah, so very varied videos for Patreon for the next couple of weeks. What does a Masonic rapper sound like? That was a fun video to do.
Sounds like this.
The problem is you're a fucking retard.
Okay, so we were reviewing some music videos, particularly from one artist. Very interesting, so check that video out. It's out already. Sunday night, an evening with. We haven't done one of those for a while.
An evening with the Chinese professor.
It's good, and the Chinese professor is such an interesting guy to have an evening with.
He's on fire at the moment.
And we also did 2 God Vag watch parties. So the next couple of weeks is going to be spicy on Patreon. Get over there. It's only it's free. And by the way,
That's awesome.
if you want to access the entire show tonight, you need to be signed up to Patreon. You can sign up for free. You don't have to pay the £3 to unlock all the content.
Don't forget, guys, you're going to have half of Vinnie Eastwood. His left side's going to be on YouTube. His right side's going to be on Patreon.
We save all the tastiest topics till after the Patreon watershed.
Yes.
To avoid any strikes or body blows or double jabs to the face from the YouTube community service team or whatever they're called. CubeTube, yeah.
CubeTube.
So basically, if you're not signed up to our Patreon, what the hell are you doing? It's free, and it's only £3 a month to unlock everything. It's the best way to support Rise Above. It goes straight into the Rise Above account to pay for all our costs and Andy PG's petrol money. And apart from that, it's got loads of content that you won't see anywhere else.
And a laptop. We bought a laptop recently,
Yes.
didn't we? So Lance can do mobile editing when he's
The
away.
laptop has actually moved us forward quite a lot. I've got a mobile studio in a backpack now, basically, so I can be.
So when Lance is away doing his gobbing off on the microphone at fighting events in his hotel room, he can be...
Get back to the hotel room,
yeah,
get on
get back there,
Patreon,
peasant.
start uploading clips. Yeah. If you're not on Patreon, you're not really.
It's £3 a month, guys. Don't be fucking Jewish. Sorry,
Yeah.
sorry.
This is not Patreon,
Sorry,
Andy
sorry,
PG.
sorry.
It's not acceptable to say things like that on YouTube.
Beg your pardon.
No. The other great way to support us is obviously to buy merch, and Rise Above TV is our website. The merch is available right now, and there, as always, there's always fresh designs up there. I'm just trying to sort this out. Looking to the far right side of Vinny, I bet you are James Dinsdale. Okay, so the two freshest designs, the cube, Black Cube Organisation word map on the left there, that's only available on the white t-shirt. And the Word to Your Nan t-shirt, the Andy PG special, that's available. We've also got...
you could buy it for your nan.
Yeah, we actually recommend
Yeah,
to buy
we
it for your
recommend
nan.
that you buy that for your nan.
Yeah, it comes with a special nan cut.
What's that, tits down to the waist?
Yeah, it really accentuates the tits down to the waist. Basically, yeah, we've also got the Way of the Rabbit. This is a nice design with a little bit of help from Al Gore. I designed that one. And the Ramesh Lady. We already released the Ramesh Man design. This is for the ladies. And I do believe,
It's
yeah.
fucking horrifying.
What that? I
Imagine meeting this woman at night.
I think it's cool.
Yeah, it's cool, but imagine
It's cool.
meeting her at night.
Yeah, it's a strong look. These are available right now. They're only £25 and they support Rise Above. Yes. Okay. We've actually got a little bit ahead of ourselves.
Well, should we
there.
talk about the next couple of weeks?
Yeah. So, PG, you're about to embark on a very interesting trip.
Me and my beautiful wife Becky S are going to investigate Japan and get down to the bottom of the Tengu situation over there, and as well as eating all the food, looking at all the cool stuff.
Mate, if people aren't subscribed to Patreon, they might not know what a Tengu is.
No, exactly. They might not. You're
going to explain?
Well, the Tengu, Michael, is an ancient deity or demon deity that the Japanese. Should we get a picture up? We get a picture of a Tengu.
All right. Okay.
There's an ancient Japanese deity which is seen as evil. Coincidentally, they used to kidnap children, and they've got a very strange looking hat and a long nose.
Let's just
the correlation between other how should I say this without
trying to find the best picture. I don't know. Can you guys see that? No. Wait,
okay, that one there.
Yeah, this one.
It's got the cube on the head. Look. It's got the cube, the long nose.
Let me open another tab.
This is a depiction of a Japanese Tengu. Look at the cube box hat. Where have we seen that before? Who has long noses? Who kidnaps children allegedly? Yeah, it's very
they known
strange.
to interfere and manipulate the affairs of humans.
Yeah, affairs of humans in politics and
They have
monarchy.
black magic. Look at this
Yeah,
one.
black magic and stuff. Look at this shit. This is clearly a cubish.
So you're actually going to go to Japan to investigate the legend of the Tengu?
Yeah, and as well as doing lots of other stuff.
Are you going to film it?
Yeah, we're going to. Of course we are. Yeah, but we're actually staying, I think, in Kyoto, not too far away from a Tengu temple. Like there's temples there which are allegedly built by these deities. Look at this. Look.
So clearly depicting something else.
And they've got wings. Some of them have got wings in the depictions.
Wow.
I
Yeah.
mean, the box hat is the telltale for me. Like, there's no one else who does that shit.
Someone's saying on here, just stay on YouTube, you fucking grift peasants. Bim Jim the rest of the show is free on Patreon.
We've been doing this now for 6 years this year for free for everyone. Yeah, look, here we go. Pamela Swan has put up the Tengu emoji. Yeah?
There's actually a Tengu
Yeah, do you not know?
emoji.
Look, there it is. That's the Tengu emoji.
Oh, wow. Sick. What other kind of stuff are you going to see in Japan?
Well, everything, Michael.
That's like a minute ago. Andy PG was like, "Do you want me to bring you back anything from Japan?" I was like, "Yeah, can I have one of everything?"
We're gonna go. We're gonna go to Kyoto. We're gonna go to Tokyo. We're gonna go. I think we've only actually booked accommodation in those 2 areas. Then we're gonna see where we want to go from there. But there's loads. There's loads of stuff to see.
You going for 2 weeks?
Yeah.
What day are you back?
We're back on the 9th.
On the 9th.
On the 9th of April.
So next week, basically Patreon, we've recorded the videos for the next couple of weeks. I'll be topping it up. I'm going to do some videos on my own.
Solo Michaeling.
Some solo Michaeling on Patreon. I think next Friday, I'm considering having a solo conversation with Matt Landman. I think that would be quite beneficial.
Yeah, do it. He's easy to talk to as well. You can chat to him about anything.
What are you saying, guys? Are you looking forward to seeing Matt Landman back on the stream? I think that would be a good look. And then much long overwaited and anticipated on Good Friday on April the 3rd, man like Spitter is going to be heading back to the studio after a long break.
Spitter.
Magix and Gritty are going to be heading to the studio. This is while Andy PG is away, of course. And we're going to be doing a 2-hour pirate radio special.
Oh, Michael.
140 BPM. Gritty, Magix, Spitter, and Double L, and we're going to do a massive giveaway as well. Like, I'm going to try and give away like most of the stuff in the merch box. In there.
Oh wow!
I just want to get rid of it.
Clear it out.
Yeah. So it's going to be proper. Like, there's not going to be much chat at all. It's going to be a proper like a pirate radio show. There'll be call-ins for competitions, and we're going to be giving a lot of stuff away.
Nice.
Enough get chewing bars, Lance.
Okay.
Who's saying that? Gareth Jones. What does that mean? What, chewing bars?
I think it means hurry up.
Okay.
Get chewing bars.
Get chewing bars.
Hurry
okay,
up.
okay.
Get chewing.
Okay.
I think so. I don't know. I'm not down with the musical chat lingo.
I don't know.
These
Does
days.
that mean he wants to hear me spit some bars?
Yeah.
Matt is a top bloke. Saw him in London. Yes, Yorkshire Robert. Did you go to the London meet-up when he had the chemtrails rally? Because I believe
he's doing one this year, I think.
Yeah, that's why he wants to come on the show. He's going to be doing it again in June time, I believe, back in London, in central London.
June.
So he's going to be inviting everyone to go meet up there and have the chemtrails rally. They have a bit of a party. It looks pretty cool. And at the end of the day, I think these kind of events, as long as you're honest about it, that it's a nice opportunity to go and socialise with people. You know, as long as you don't pretend it's going to be changing the world every time and get really super serious about it. I think these events are all good.
Start fighting Antifa.
Yeah. Hungregian is asking, is there going to be any 200 BPM? No, only people in like Hungary and countries like that like hard style listen to 200 BPM.
Fucking hell, I'm 40 this year. I can't now
Hungregian.
that. 200 BPM. Jesus Christ.
It's like 20 BPM faster than the fastest drum and bass. I don't think so. Okay, right.
Should we whip Vinny out?
I think, listen.
Let's flop him on the rabbit table.
How long has it been since we spoke?
I think 3 years.
Really?
I think, yeah, or definitely two and a bit.
Shit.
Two
It's
and a bit.
2026. 2023
Yeah,
was the
we
last time
spoke
we
in
spoke to this
23.
guy. He's an absolute behemoth of the chat. He's a legend. Make some noise, everyone, for Vinnie Eastwood.
Gosh.
And let's just get him big so we're all equal size here. Welcome back to Rise Above TV, Vinny. How you doing?
I am borderlining on fabulous, maybe a little bit stupendous.
Great. I love that. I love that energy straight away, mate. Like I said, it's been 3 years since we've last spoke to you. And first of all, I just want to say I think it's actually criminal that we've left it that long. It's not like anything's happened in the last 3 years to talk about, is it?
Well, say wristwatch.
Wristwatch.
Now say Irish wristwatch.
Irish wristwatch.
Right? It's a bit of a tongue teaser, and you have to do a little bit slay, otherwise you go Irish wristwatch. And I was thinking about legally changing my name to a tongue teaser or something, so every time a cop pulls me over, they'll get all tongue-tied and look like a complete idiot while they're trying to be all serious and angry. And that's what we do here. We bring light Okay, bringing light to a situation is something that people ordinarily look down upon, but in actual fact, it is the light work that we are trying to do here. We go through dark times, we see dark things, and the only way that we can oppose the darkness is with light. So we want to have a good time, and always remember that the only thing that is worse than living in a high-tech global police state run by child trafficking, child sacrificing Satanists is Vinny's jokes.
I think this is why we've always felt a bit of an affinity with you, mate, because we get a bit of stick sometimes because apparently we don't take some subjects too seriously. But we're always of the thinking here that there's plenty of people ramming this content down your throat and being very serious and very morbid about it.
Oh, it's disgusting, lads.
There's no one needs more of it. What people need is an antidote to the clown apocalypse, and what possible better antidote is comedy, mate.
Well, when you eat an apple, the sugar in the apple is actually a poison, but the fiber in the husk of the apple is something that neutralizes that poison and allows your body to absorb its nutrients, right? Nature packages poison with the cure. And the frustrating things that we see, like if we see them and other people don't, that makes it even more frustrating, doesn't it?
Why can't people see it? Oh my God! Don't they realize 9/11 was an inside job and the Israelis were behind it and Israel controls the entirety of the US government? Don't people realize?
You know,
I see what you mean, Vinny. I see what you mean. It is somewhat frustrating.
Yeah. Guy comes out and today we have launched Operation Epic Fury, and it's the best bombing campaign we've ever done. It's like nothing you've ever seen. Like they're like trying to sell it to you like it's Trump steaks, and I love it. And so many people who should freaking know better, right? Like, you know how I knew Trump was a plant before he got in is because of Alex Jones. Alex Jones told us in his documentaries about the Council on Foreign Relations, the Trilateral Commission, and the Bilderberg Group. And almost, I think maybe about 2 or 3 of his documentaries, he went through the cabinet members of the elected president to see that they were part of one or all 3 of these internationalist, globalist groups. And so when Trump was first elected back in the day, I Googled the names of all of his cabinet members that he'd appointed, plus the search terms Bilderberg Group, Trilateral Commission, Freemasons, or the Council of National Policy, which is like the Christian Sharia law think tank of America. And I got a hit back on every single one of them, multiple hits usually. And so I was just like, okay, everybody's been had. And the person who sold them on it, who's convinced them that Trump was genuine, was Alex Jones, as if he'd forgotten his own meetings and his own documentary. Right? Just abandoned journalistic objectivity. And that's what's problematic about discerning reality. There are only 2 things you can guarantee about it. It is what it is, and it isn't what it isn't. Okay? It's quite simple, really. You know, and when you're trying to convince stupid people of something that's very, very complicated, you know, if you've got like ancient peoples or whatever, and they worship all these different deities and all these different cultural ritual practices, you don't go up to them and say, hey, bro, did you know reality is a holographic fractal being projected by collective consciousness experiencing itself subjectively? They'll be like, what? And okay, there's a big guy, right, and he controls everything. He's got a big old beard, and he knows everything, and he provides you with everything, and you've got to be grateful, and there's stuff that he doesn't want you to do. All right. Oh, well, why didn't you say so? You know, like when the Romans come up to you, you go, do you want to convert and have Jesus as your Lord and Savior in Christ and admit that the emperor is a god? Well, what happens if I don't? We will kill you. Well, I guess he's a god then. Excellent choice. Right. So these belief structures that have been harvested, I think. So there's the belief in authority, there's the belief in individuals, there's the belief in like good men, there's a belief in saviors, and so on and so forth, that have their own little nuances within them. But ultimately, at the end of the day, what is the difference between somebody claiming to come and save you and a rat with a gold tooth? the gold tooth, right? They're always going to try. They're always going to try and get you to get your faith, right? There's this little balancing mechanism in you. It's like, I'm feeling quite faithless today. I don't believe in everything or anyone. I'm just going to believe in myself and do what I can in the little way that I can to do what I can. That's all I need to do. And then a part of your faith starts to come back and they go, maybe I should just palm off a few of those responsibilities to this guy over here who's saying the things that I want to hear. Yeah, then I don't have to think as much or do any work on myself or participate in a political process or organize community groups or expose the local scumbaggery that's going down in my own little circles. Yeah, I can just palm off that responsibility to someone else. This is a brilliant idea. I don't have to have any responsibility for my own actions because somebody else is just going to take care of it. All I need to do is watch another video, give it another like, and maybe eat some popcorn. I don't actually have to do any real changes in the real world. And you guys, before I came on, you were saying, oh, well, if you're doing this or that or the other, it's not really going to change the world. I completely disagree, but also agree with that statement. Because every little thing that you do or don't do changes things a little bit, you know?
We were strictly just referring to protesting.
Yeah. Well, protesting, I've done like, 300, 400, maybe 1,000 protests or something of varying sizes and descriptions. And each time, no. The thing that you wanted didn't happen. But what if when you go to a protest, you weren't trying to protest? What if you were trying to gather information for a video that you're doing so that people would actually be able to understand the issues rather than just hearing the charges?
Totally with that. Yeah,
we have done some infiltration work actually this last summer. For some of our more undercover content.
We went to a protest and we tried to interview people, but only one side of the protest would speak to us. And the other side that wouldn't speak to us, we thought, well, if you won't openly speak to us, we'll dress up in disguises and infiltrate you and then record one of your meetings.
So we went to an SWP, the Socialist Workers' Party meeting in our local chapter of Bournemouth, and sat there in disguises in a tiny little room, brightly lit, right at the front, with about 8 other communists, and we sat there and recorded the entire thing, audio and visual, and then went away with a little bit of a better idea of just how retarded these people are.
Mm-hmm. It's like Professor Ed Dutton, the jolly heretic, he says that there's a correlation between being left on the political spectrum and mental illness.
Yes, right. I would concur.
Okay, so what causes this mental illness? So there's 2 approaches here. Do you have empathy for these people? Do you really care about them? Do you want them to change? Do you think they can change? Is it worth your time? Or are you simply trying to understand your enemy so that you can defeat them, because the only way to defeat an enemy that is an idea is a better idea? And what's problematic about that is you've got a certain amount of people in the population who literally will believe anything they're told. They don't need to see evidence. They don't need to go and think about it. Maybe about another 30% of the population will need a little bit of evidence, and another 30% will not believe anything you say. So there's this spectrum in here, and then there's that 10% of people who are the ones who are on the spectrum between psychopathy and like total genius, awesome dudes, right? And women, technically. You know, when you talk about the race of man, you realize that half of the syllabic structure of woman is man. All right, that's what I'm talking about. Anyway, this whole idea that we have here of individually contributing to the raising of public consciousness, even doing a little show. Let's say, for example, you've got one listener, which happened to me one time. I'd been doing broadcasts and things like that for 15 years, and then I was out walking my boy doing a live stream, and I got down to one listener, and I was like, that's crazy to me. But then I had a little thought. It was like, man, if I can get one listener, you guys can too, right? You go out there and find them, that one person who might listen to you. As if it's going to make a difference, and it does. the
It
amount
made a
of people-
difference to that person.
Yeah, and
Well, it's
individuals-
currently 133 people tuned in here.
Is that right? That really is. Yeah,
130 people.
That's amazing.
133.
That's amazing. And the thing is, people that listen to these kind of shows, and I'm talking to you now, the listeners, think about all the things that you've gone through in your life. All the people that have hurt you, all the stuff you've had lost, stolen, broken, taken, all the times you may have been kidnapped or gone through an illness that meant you couldn't do jack for a long time. And think about the tens of thousands of hours of radio shows, YouTube videos, documentaries, and research and reading that you've been doing in order to expand your own consciousness and rise above the ignorance. Right? Think about all that's happened to you. Did you lose your sense of humor? No, you didn't. Did you lose your sense of right and wrong? No, you didn't. That fact alone, considering the immense forces that you've been subjected to, and you've still remained a good person who can have a laugh amidst this darkness. And that makes you very special. Right? That makes you very different. And it's hard being special. It's hard being different. But you keep being good anyway because it's the right thing to do. Do you understand how valuable you are? Do you understand how important that every single day that you're doing things and you're saying things that people cannot unhear? Right? Everything that you do expunges a resonant frequency upon the world, and you're changing it one little micro fraction at a time. And the fact that you keep doing it is the reason why we're not already in a new world order world government with absolutely no rights.
Boom. That's what you said there is actually a great segue to our first subject of the stream. Right here, right now, it is March the 20th. We're kind of sitting bang on the 6-year anniversary of you know what, the Soviet Union. This is the reason our rejection of the Soviet Union is the reason that we started Rise Above.
Yes, why we're talking to you right now.
I'm going to put this meme on the screen because this actually popped up on my Facebook today with one of those 5-year today. This is from 2021, this day in 2021. Let me just put it on the screen. This is a Rise Above meme, an original. It would have to go small, wouldn't it? Come on. Is the screen going to switch over? I'll just do it this. Here it is. If you were with us from the start, you'll recognise this one.
The emblem.
I'm just going to get rid of the border so you can see the text as well. I can't remember. Virus Man made this. Our original memester. A lie told often enough becomes the truth. I remember when I first posted this on Facebook.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
It would have been March 20th, 2021.
And we went into lockdown here in the UK on the 23rd.
No, that was in 2020. So
this
this would have been on the second lockdown. But there were still people there in 2021 that were getting super offended about people that were calling it a lie and stuff like that. But this seems so far in the past now. But is it really that long ago? Could this happen again? Is a question I'd like to pose at this point of the stream.
Wow.
What do you think, Vinny?
I think that there is a pattern repetition project that the people who control the world like to go to, because if you hit everybody with the same thing over and over again, they get wise to it generally. And the main principle of a successful long-term scam is that you come out of the scam with a certain name. All right. It could be COVID. It could be the global financial credit crisis. It could be 9/11. It could be the Great Depression. It could be World War II. It doesn't matter what the name of the scam is or the form the scam takes. The point is you have to update the scam after it's been underground for a couple of years. So if you hit somebody with false flag terrorism attack and then another one a year later, people might get wise to them. But if you hit them with a false flag terrorism attack, a war, a financial crisis, a political instability crisis where some savior needs to come along to save everybody from the previous bad years, and then you follow it up with a pandemic, and then you follow it up with another false flag terrorism attack, and then another war, and then another political situation. You see? People start to think that there isn't a pattern here that hasn't been designed specifically to bypass your propensity for memory. Okay. Most people don't remember what they had for breakfast today. Okay. Not immediate recall, and you're expecting them to remember the last 100 years of history and compare and layer them up as these sequences happen. So, what was the question again? Just so I can.
Just before I re-ask the question, I have to.
Are they going to do it again?
Yeah,
okay.
Are they going to do it again?
Yeah, well, of course, but they'll use fear as the generalized thing, and they'll come up with other excuses. Like, for example, they want to do more lockdowns, so now they've engineered this oil shortage, right? So that people won't be able to get out anyway. You see, so it's the same motif. It just has different faces and different forms and attacks different parts of society and takes them over in a sequence. So, yes, it'll happen again, but I don't think it's going to happen immediately. There's going to be another financial crisis. There's going to be other savior politicians coming around, more war, and all those good things before you'd get another pandemic one, which would probably be maybe at the end of this century, maybe at the start of the next one, if the pattern seems to hold. Just like before.
I see where you're going with that.
Yeah.
I'm down with that analysis, Vinny. I think that's actually quite an astute analysis that maybe they wouldn't try something similar again for fear of it not working quite
not
as well.
necessarily on a global scale.
I've got to address a comment here, and Vinny just talked about a manufactured oil crisis. Somebody called Historical Realms is gobbing right off in the comment section saying, are you guys, look at this comment here, are you guys asleep? Why aren't you talking about Iran? This is the biggest thing at the moment. Historical Realms, this is a 3-hour stream. We don't spunk our load straight away here on Rise Above TV. We are going to get to that. Please don't worry. As if we're not going to talk about that. Give us a break, please. Right. So, 6-year anniversary, Vin. Almost bang on the 6-year anniversary. Oh, look at this that came out. I think we're allowed to talk about this on YouTube now.
Yeah.
I'm sure you're aware, Vinny, there was something that happened a few months ago where everyone that got banned in 2020 for talking about the Soviet Union got their channels reinstated. It happened to us as well. All the videos that were previously banned where we were talking about what happened all got reinstated. So I'm assuming it's okay to put this on the screen. This comes from the mainstream media.
But just in case, guys, if you need any medical advice, please visit the World Health Organization's website. Don't take any medical advice here at Rise Above
Vinny,
TV.
do you know why we say that? We say that very seriously because I've been through the YouTube re-education camp 6 times now, and basically, if you talk about something that could be classed as a medical misinformation conspiracy theory, to rectify that thought crime, you actually have to point people to the WHO website straight away. So that's why we always do it, and then you can talk about what you like. So, a damning study of over 1 million kids finds myocarditis only in the vaccinated. That's what it says in this article. I'm not necessarily agreeing with it, but I thought that was quite interesting. They're dropping this 6-year anniversary of the Soviet Union. I thought that was quite a good one.
So in the Soviet Union, they figured out that if you wanted to change the public consciousness, you could endlessly threaten them through various forms of media in a constant way for 6 weeks before their brain would restructure and realign. Okay.
This is Bolshevik tactics.
Precisely. And that is exactly what's happened to people. And they have... For example, if you were to look at a man running at you with a stick, right? So there's a threat response that your brain does. It goes through 3 phases. The prefrontal cortex, which is your black and white thinking, your unemotional self, your higher consciousness, as it were, says, there is a guy coming at me with a stick. Then it'll go into your mammalian cortex. This governs your emotions, your social feelings and guilt, so on and so forth. It goes, oh my God, there's a guy coming at me with a stick. And then it'll lapse into your reptilian cortex, which governs your fight, flight, freeze, submit, and attach symptom. So if the threat is something that you can easily kill, oh, it's a spider running at me, I'll just stomp on him. If it's a threat that is too big for you and you need to run away, okay, it's a tiger, I've got to run for my life. If it is a threat that is already on you and you can't escape, you freeze and you play dead and hope that the bear goes away. If it is a threat that wants to possess you and it's not going to let you go and you can't get away, you submit. And if that threat is not going to let you get away and must demand that you do things in a repetitive, traumatic fashion all the time, you will get an attached response and you will begin to love that threat and derive a sense of joy out of serving it and keeping it happy.
Wow.
These people are adept at making sure that that fifth response happens. They've done the studies, they've got the white papers, they have the techniques, they have the technology, and they have the authoritarian government to back it up by force, by a monopoly of force, right? So they brainwashed the entire public into loving, say, for example, in New Zealand, Jacinda Ardern for saving them from COVID. And even today, this is what is generally believed in the population, that she was a wonderful lady. And she
Horse-faced
saved us
Jacinda.
all. Yeah. She kept us so safe and she was so kind. While all the protesters were getting electronic weapons and pepper sprayed and bashed with shields and
Standard fuckery from the establishment fuckery.
Having all their tents on Parliament ground burned down by a couple of people who seem to be police trying to dress like protesters. You know, there's a number of things that people like me remember about Jacinda Ardern in the rain during the COVID thing. And at the moment, I'm trying to edit a documentary, all the interviews for River of Lies 2, Electric Boogaloo. All right, now it's actually River of Lies 2, a safe and effective investigative documentary. No, actually, that's not it. It's River of Lies, the New Zealand vaccine tragedy. That's what we're editing at the moment. That is the actual official title of the documentary I'm helping to edit at the moment. Now, I don't know if anybody knows anything about editing, but when you press spacebar on your editing thing, the stuff is supposed to play, right?
Yes,
right?
correct.
It's like instantly, so that you can edit it and you can play it back and you can listen to it and do all of that.
Same as if you're making music.
My computer, when I'm editing just one interview for these documentaries, I'm editing them one at a time, takes 5 seconds once you hit the spacebar for it to play. And then it plays all garbled. And then you have to go back and play it again. And it takes another 5 seconds to get it to play. Even starting to do that makes you wonder, man, how long does that take? It takes like a minute to edit properly, maybe a second or two. Of this audio that I'm going through. It is absolutely unreal. So at the moment, I'm trying to raise nearly 7,000 New Zealand dollars. I think that's about maybe like 3.5K quid to get a proper editing machine that can actually handle the thing, because I've got all of these doctors and lawyers and freedom fighters and all of these medical experts from around the world that we're editing into this. And what we're doing is in a documentary, you only see one snippet of somebody saying one thing or whatever, and it's all mixed up, and you don't get to hear the whole interview of that person.
Yeah.
So what we're doing is we're editing the documentary together. We're publishing these entire interviews with these people. We had a anonymous former police officer, or current serving police officer, talking about what the culture was like in the police at the time of the pandemic. And so anytime we are talking about this, it will trigger a stress response for anybody who was even slightly traumatized by COVID and lockdowns and all the things you had to go through, the families you couldn't bury, the work you couldn't do, the houses you lost, the businesses you lost, the friends you lost, the family you lost, all the diseases and reactions that happened to you and friends of family. What was it? I remember talking to one elder of the Maori persuasion, and he said he went to, I think it was 22 funerals in 1 month.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Like, that's, you'd be...
It's excessive.
Yeah. It hit the elders hard, kind of thing. And it was interesting because the average age of the people who died of COVID in New Zealand were about 80 years old. The life expectancy of a New Zealander, according to the government records, is 80 years old. Right? So anybody who was going to die at that time of the flu, which happens every year, it's called influenza A and influenza B, which is basically a toxin caused by if I would theorize, just based on the things that I've sort of done in different areas, I would think that it's kind of like a toxic buildup caused by the change of seasons and the excess plant pollen in the air that's spreading around that gets trapped into your respiratory system, and your body changes its vibration into a hotter, much more tired environment to force you to rest and bleed out that toxin, as it were. Right? That's kind of what influenza A and influenza B really are, as far as I'm concerned. I don't necessarily subscribe to the whole viral theory, not when we've got terrain theory that, unlike viral theory that's had thousands of medical papers written about them, it's actually got 0% real evidence for the existence of a virus in the medical literature. I remember interviewing this couple who wrote a 700-page book on the process. They used to be forensic accountants, and they were kind of bored of it, and they wanted to do something a bit more exciting. And I said to them, well, accounting's very exciting, isn't it? And they go, exciting? No, it's dull. It's so drearily boring and dull. Oh, I want to be a lion tamer, they said. But then they couldn't actually pass the exam. And so they decided to go through all of the peer-reviewed articles related to viruses to see if there was actually any evidence in any of them that viruses existed. And they didn't find any. I mean, just think back in your mind. Have you ever seen a picture of a virus that's taken through a microscope? Or have they all looked like computer-generated images? They all look like computer-generated images, didn't you? Because they were generated on a computer. And the only reason why the viral theory keeps persisting is because the Rockefeller medical cartel took over the American Medical Association by putting board member after board member in exchange for equipment and funding for the nation's medical schools, the bulk of which that they shut down during the Flexner Report pre the 20th century by marking all the other alternative practices like homeopathy, naturopathy, chiropractic, Ayurveda, so on and so forth, all these other quote-unquote medical healing practices as being quackery. And they marketed it, and then they bought it out. And ever since then, everybody that is in the medical profession has to go through quote-unquote Rockefeller medical education, which teaches that there is one pill for every ill, and all of these pills are made out of toxins that they get from the Rockefeller oil company that is illegal. Yes. That is illegal to dump. And so what they do is they turn them into pill form, and then they poison people with them, which creates extra symptoms. Other symptoms that can be helped with other poisonous drugs, which will have more symptoms, and so on and so forth, until you are kept alive technically, but you don't really feel alive until you're bled dry of all your money, which goes into their coffers so they can continue to pay the militarized police, the military, the surveillance state, and the medical cartels in order to keep control of every single aspect of your life. That's how conspiracy works. It's not complicated, it's just complex.
Don't forget though, guys, if you need any medical advice,
about to say
please
that.
go to the World Health Organization for any advice on, viruses or anything that's been speculated here on the show.
Rise Above TV does not necessarily share the opinions of Vinnie Eastwood. We just need to point that out for the YouTube moderators.
I actually wanted to have an intro to my own show. The views and opinions of Vinnie Eastwood do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of Vinnie Eastwood.
Why not? Right. Let's get more up
Just so I can give myself an out.
Let's get more up to date, Vinny. This week in the UK, this has happened. There has been allegedly a huge meningitis outbreak. The perfect storm, says the Express. Expert issues verdict on face masks. Fact check. Could meningitis B outlet lead to a COVID-style lockdown, says Metro. GB News. Meningitis outbreak bacteria may have mutated to gain superpowers. Oh my God.
Right here, right now, is where we draw the line.
Warn health officials in an urgent probe. That's perfect. Very good, Andy Fiji. We didn't even practice that. Look at some of this other guff they're pumping out here. BBC News, do not ignore the meningitis symptoms, amputee says. So this guy has allegedly lost a leg or an arm due to meningitis. And here's how you know this is completely legitimate. Teen at risk of meningitis have been sent one option. Spend how much on a private jab, Andy PG?
I read a report, 33 million people in Britain might live. No, they're not.
Of all the numbers, it just had to be 33. It had to be 33.
You know why the number 33 is really powerful, right?
Yes.
Like the circumference of the Earth is if that number is done to the power of 33 is equal distance from the Earth to the Moon, and that distance to the power of 33 is equal distance from the Earth to the Sun. Right? There's a cosmology. There's a symptom and a thing tied into everything. It's like this occult power. Like these words and these numbers.
33 vertebrae in your spine. 33 is the age where Jesus turned water into wine. We were listening to that lyric.
Yeah, we were.
Night. Yeah.
What else you got there?
Right. Okay. So this meningitis outbreak, it gets even better. Let's right. This next video I'm going to play is from Indigo.
Yeah, right. This video is a guy from a guy we had on the show previously, guys. Just so you know, as a kind of preempt, we don't necessarily agree with everything Indigo Child has been saying of recent.
He's pressed some pretty wild stuff recently, but this is relevant to the meningitis outbreak. Check this.
Did he say
Yo, meningitis, I'm back. I got some crazy facts for you. The virus broke out on Friday the 13th, with 13 cases reported. The students were from year 13. Meningitis vaccine in reverse gematria is 103. 13. No one's really mentioning this, but let's look at the owner of the club Chemistry. Louise Jones Roberts, who owns the club Chemistry in Canterbury, has said 2 members have been hospitalized because of meningitis. Ask AI her involvement in Pegasus. She's a foundational partner. Then let's look at her mother, Sue Jones, high-ranking politician. What's the chances of that? High-ranking politician, her daughter's connected to Pegasus, 13. Caught you, baby! Caught you with your trousers down. And what is Pegasus? It's a government pandemic preparation scheme, where in 2025, they were preparing us for meningitis. Meningitis. Wake up, baby! Hey, yo, men.
Right, so obviously he's quite a what's the word?
Crazy eyes.
He's a fruity character, Indigo. He comes across.
He's eccentric.
He's very eccentric. I like him. He has said some very crazy stuff recently about the Palladians and stuff like that, which I don't necessarily stand behind.
And council tax.
But that video, I don't think anyone can grumble with the numbers there. When you see that kind of numerical spread, and what he's mentioned is a nightclub. This meningitis outbreak happened in a nightclub, and the nightclub is called Chemistry. Right, straight away I'm like, just ding, 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 ding. Right, Now, there's a few different aspects to think about here because let's look at this from the Lancet. Risk of aseptic meningitis after measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine. Does anybody remember the massive push for the measles vaccine that happened about 6 months ago? Yeah, we had that. I'm just saying there is. I'm not suggesting there's any link. Obviously, you need to go to the World Health Organization to get your health advice. Also, Exercise Pegasus was a major Tier 1 national pandemic simulation conducted in the UK between September and November 2025 to test the country's response to a novel, highly infectious disease. Symptoms: the virus was described as causing severe respiratory failure, brain swelling, and meningitis, with cases of paralysis. And also, it said in this simulation that unlike what was it, Event 101?
Event 201.
Event 201 that simulated the Soviet Union that was mainly going to hit old people.
For kosher 19.
For kosher 19. It said that this particular virus in this simulation was going to hit young people. And that's exactly what has happened in this outbreak, which has sort of happened exactly 6 months after this simulation, which is exactly what happened in the Soviet Union. There was a simulation 6 months before it happened called Event 201. Is this a pattern emerging, Vinny, do you reckon?
No, it's protocol. Okay, before they do anything, they have researched it, they have think tanked it, they have practiced it, and then they implement it. So anytime that anything seems to happen out of the blue and what have you, it's usually been in the planning for a very, very long time. It might have been planning for 10 years, 20 years, 100. It doesn't matter, but when they pull things off, they're quite ready for them. And I was also just thinking about a feminist, looking at the term meningitis. Why can't we call it womeningitis? We're dangerous too. Yes, you are, sweetheart. You're very dangerous to men.
To society in general, if you talk about feminism.
Oh, yeah.
So this has got all the earmarks of being like a little mini Soviet Union. I can't really see them
localized to the UK,
global with this. But I was actually sent this from one of our viewers who's one of our Patreon.
Literally about 20 minutes before we went live tonight.
Big shout to Master Milton. He's in like a bamboo hut in Koh Phangan in the tropical paradise in Thailand, and he sat there on his laptop and he found this and sent it to us on Patreon. So this is from September 2025, which funnily enough was right in the middle of Operation Pegasus. And this is a tender. The UK Health Security Agency is awarding a meningitis B vaccine tender out. And if you look, although this is from September 2025, what is the year next
to
the
meningitis
vaccine?
B vaccine rollout 2026?
Yeah. And it turns out that the supplier, it has been awarded to GlaxoSmithKline, which, as everyone surely knows, is one of the large meat suit farm poison companies. So
conglomerates.
If you Google GlaxoSmithKline fines.
Oh yes, we're well aware. Are
they as much as Pfizer's fines of like 4 billion?
The trouble is that they factor that into the price. They factor in the fine from killing people.
Yeah.
Into the whole price. So they're like, like Tesco's or Sainsbury's or, Costco or somewhere, like they factor in a certain amount for shoplifting every year. Yeah, they just do the same for the amount they kill people.
Wastage, spoilage.
Yeah, wastage.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah. I get that.
There are two crimes in the medical field. One is to kill people and the other is to
save people. Currently 162 peasants tuned in, guys.
Yeah, so we will be, in just a moment, we will be ending this stream and switching over to Peasantron, to Patreon. It is free to sign up to Patreon. You don't have to pay the £3 a month, which is super reasonable. To watch the rest of the show, it's completely free, but you do need to sign up to Patreon. £3 unlocks all the extra content, which you can't see on YouTube.
Hundreds of hours of content now.
Well, there's hundreds of videos. So scan the QR code or hit the link in the description. We've only covered the first subject on the Schwaber's board tonight, which is the Michael Gitis outbreak. I'll just put a line through that.
Michael Gitis, yeah.
We've still got Satan Yahoo.
Michael.
Satan Yahoo dead, ? Baal versus Moloch, in inverted commas, World War 33. That's obviously Iran.
And the race communism pandemic.
Yeah, that's all still to come, guys. But obviously...
and we're going to talk about the rise of Nazism as well with Vinny.
Yes, the actual far right, not
Yes,
not all
the
the
real
nor-
far right.
not all the normal people that get called far right in
No,
the
no,
mainstream
no.
media. So yeah, it's 9 o'clock. I'll tell you what. Let's go over to Patreon.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let me tell you,
I,
unbelievable.
Yes,
Thank you,
Vinny.
Jimmy Savile.
Did you want to say something?
Oh yeah. I do need some help over at the VinnieEastwoodShow.com to raise money for our new computer for the editing process, so I don't have to wait 5 seconds for it to not play properly. So we're trying to raise 7,000 New Zealand dollars. So if you go to the VinnieEastwoodShow.com/donate.html and give us a big old donation through the PayPal, Patreon, or Kiwi Bank over there, it would be muchly appreciated. So we
The
can
link
get
on
this-
the screen from Pamela Swan there for Vinnie Eastwood show, guys.
Yeah, and that's also available at riveroflies.co.nz, where you can watch River of Lies 1 for free on YouTube. You just go to the homepage riveroflies.co.nz or NZ if you happen to be of the American persuasion. So yeah, with that, guys, thank you very much. I'm on YouTube as well, live streaming this show here. So if you want to, go over there and give us a wee subscribe too.
Awesome. We'll see you shortly, Vinny. We're just going to play a tune here.
Yeah, Vinny, you don't need to do anything at all. You stay right there. We'll change everything over at our end. So, YouTube gang, if you're not already subscribed to Patreon, this is your last chance. You scan the QR code. It's Patreon/Rise Above Live. The rest of the show is for free. You don't have to pay the £3 a month, but it does help, and you unlock loads of content, and it helps us cover our costs. Thank you, please. Word to your nan. See you.